What up, YouTube? It's your boy G YouTube back at it again with another video for you. You already know what it is, man. We're about to get into talking about the biggest winners and losers. So this is gonna be a two-part video. In this video, we're gonna be talking about the winners of the NBA coming into this All-Star break and out of this All-Star break. And the next video will be the biggest losers. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first team that I have on my list is the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, they missed out on the playoffs last year. They missed out on the play-in tournament after going 8-0 in the bubble. Say what you want about them going 8-0 in the bubble. They were on a level playing field with everybody else being gassed out of shape, all that. Say what you want. Them going 8-0 in the bubble is impressive, nonetheless. So Chris Paul has elevated them to a level that I don't think that many fans would have seen coming from the Phoenix Suns pending their play the past couple of years. But I've always believed that they were one star away from being a playoff contender, but I didn't think that they would be this good. But then again, Chris Paul does this with every team that he's ever been on in his career, and that is just a fact. They're number 2 in the Western Conference, and even though DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker are having quote-unquote down seasons, if you look at their numbers, if you use the eye test and you watch this team, they both look much more comfortable. They look much better with Chris Paul on the floor, especially Devin Booker. He doesn't have to worry about carrying the load on offense, and he could just chill out and play his game. This team is scary. They look good. They look way too good. Man, I don't know what to expect from this team in the playoffs, but that's where I really want to see them make an impact. They're having a great season, number 2 in the Western Conference. Let's keep it going. The second team on my list is the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz, man, they are balling this season. They got the best record in the entire NBA, sitting at number 1 in the Western Conference, and they have come back from that heartbreaking Denver loss where they were one shot away from going to the semifinals, and they're using that to play with a chip on their shoulder. They came into the All-Star break losing 2 in a row, but they look like title contenders, man. This team, if they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals, I'm going to be very disappointed. I expect more from Donovan Mitchell in his 3rd or 4th year now. I think it's 4th year. And, Gobert having that monster contract is well-deserved. If you see the way that he plays on this team, having a defensive anchor is very key in this league. And let's see what they do in the playoffs. I have very high expectations for them. So this team, I've already made a video on them, the Brooklyn Nets. Please go check that video out. It's in the description below. I'll leave the link. Maybe there'll be like a banner right here. Boom, right here. Go check it out, and I'll just try to keep this brief. There's not much has changed since the making of that video, except for the acquisition of Blake Griffin, of which I really don't know how much of an impact that's going to make. He hasn't had a particularly great season or past couple seasons in Detroit since his first season, which is considered to be a breakout season for him. He already brings offense to them, something that they already have, and not much defense. So obviously having another scorer on the team helps, but I don't know how much more it'll help when it's not helping cover up any of their weaknesses. That's just my take on the Griffin trade, but this team is still hot. 9-1 in the last 10 games, second best team in the conference. This team is going to be dangerous. Next up, we have the New York Knicks, hometown team, repping the orange and blue today. I'm going to make this one brief as well because I have a video. I'm going to leave the link in the description to this one as well. Probably another banner. Boom. Boom. There you go. This team, nobody expected them to come out like they have. I expected them to be better with having Coach Thibodeau on the team, but not this much better. And it's been a while since the New York Knicks have been good and relevant, so it's a great feeling to have throughout the entire NBA. Emmanuel quickly looks really good. They're sitting at the in the 6th seed of the Eastern Conference now after they're getting their butts handed to them tonight in Milwaukee. Randall is an up-and-coming all-star. So happy he got selected as an all-star, man. It's really good to see that in New York. New York is back. He's bringing that grit and grind culture with Tibbs, and he's putting the team on his back, and I'm all here for it, man. The Knicks, because of the season that they're having, they're probably one of the biggest winners next to the team that I'm going to mention right after this. The biggest winners of this NBA season to me is the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets, man. This team is balling. They look like they've won the Rozier trade. Rozier has been having a great season. He's been doing much better with more playing time and a bigger role in Charlotte, and he's benefited from that. And if you look at the Kemba Walker trade, I don't think it was necessarily a bad trade, but just from everything that's happened from it, Boston has not come out on top on this trade. They're from a production standpoint, from stats, even though stats don't tell the whole story, I always see that, and I will preach that to the day that I die. They are having the same production, Kemba Walker and Terry Rozier. And if for that same production, I'd rather have Terry Rozier, who's got a $58 million contract for 3 years, rather than Kemba Walker, who's got like $180 million for 5. That's probably wrong. $180 million for 4 years does not sound right to me. Maybe it's 130, but I'll fact check that later and put it here, maybe. But I'd rather get the biggest bang for my buck with Terry Rozier. And Gordon Hayward has also looked really great alongside him. Gordon Hayward's the oldest player on this team. He's the veteran. He's pulled this team of young Bucks together. And LaMelo Ball is just balling out, man. He is the real deal. Why he's not starting more games or not starting at this point, don't know. Come on, Jordan. Start the man. He deserves to start. Stop disrespecting him by coming off the bench. This man is ready to ball. It's in his name, bro, literally. And he's balling out this season. This man is going to be something special to watch. And he's part of the reason why this is one of the most exhilarating teams to watch in the NBA. If they can build around Devontae Graham, Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, this team, and maybe add 2 more stars, 1 more star, something like that, this team is going to be scary. Scary. This team will be on top if they can attract another star or 2, guaranteed. Because the way that they're playing, already competing for the 6th seed, 6th to 8th seed, this team is looking great, and I'm all here for it, man. I'm here for it. I love to see them succeed. It's been so long since the Hornets have been good, man. Actually, I don't think they've ever been good in my lifetime. Man, it's just so good to see. And last but not least on my list of winners is the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid. MVP Bede, bro. This man is showing you why you need to trust the process. Trust the process, man. He is balling out. He's putting this team on his back. That is my favorite saying for whatever reason, but his play has been elevated. After struggling with so many years with injuries and the questionable fit of him and Ben Simmons, of which hasn't always gelled this season, but they've made it work, and that's why they're at the top of this conference and the top of the league, amongst the top of the league. Embiid has just been phenomenal, along with Simmons. Simmons, underrated defender. He can guard 1 through 5. He's better than Giannis on the perimeter. Probably not as good on the interior because he's not as great as a shot blocker as Giannis, but don't sleep on the man. That man is great defensively. He's one of the reasons why this team is so good. So don't get it twisted. Even though Embiid's having an MVP season, Simmons has been amazing. They had an impressive win over Utah a couple weeks ago. Regardless of what you want to say about the refs in that OT game, they showed what they can do against top-level talent in the NBA. And even though I will say they have benefited from having a fairly easy schedule in the first half, they have a slightly harder in the second half. But yeah, like, what is it? They're playing Boston, Dallas, Golden State, Phoenix, the Clippers, the Nets, and I think they played Milwaukee twice in the span of 2.5 weeks. Yeah, they in the span of 2.5 weeks from March to April. If Embiid can play that level of play that he had in the first half, do that in the second half, and do it against those teams that they're playing in those 2 weeks, he's a lock for MVP, and that MVP is not getting taken away. As long as they stay the 1 or 2 seed in the conference, if they slip down to the 3rd seed, maybe that might affect his ranking in the MVP race. But if he can do that, keep him afloat, I think he's a lock. and this team has been really fun to watch. Really great to see them taking a stride forward after, you know, regressing from almost making the NBA Finals in 2019. They were very close, and then this team just looked to regress. There was a lot of things going wrong. They're like, where do we go from here? But he's showing you why he's there and why you trust the process, man. Trust the process. That's really all I have for y'all today. So if you like this video, please be on the lookout for the second part of this video, which is going to be the biggest losers coming out of the All-Star break. It's probably going to be going up in the next couple of days, so just be on the lookout for it. Hit the bell so that you can get all the notifications of when I have a new video coming out. Please be sure to tell me what content you want to see next. If you're enjoying this, comment, leave a like, comment. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to grow this channel from the ground up, man. I'm hoping y'all are really liking these videos. I'm really enjoying making all of these videos for you, and I can't wait to keep making more videos and just get out all of my ideas for y'all. I got a lot more coming in the tank, a lot left. This is just the beginning, so I'm really excited to keep going. And that's really all I got to say. So until the next video, I'm out.